legend says that once in a blue moon, all three of the analysts come together to record one video, probably more, but one video, one very shitty video about playoffs. It's morphin' time, boys.
Woot woot.
Woohoo!
I'm out of hiding.
Yep. So
Back.
We're back.
what's up? We have Radicate, Juicy Pear, and Lazy Spoon. All three of us here to make a video
This never happened before. It feels weird.
Yeah,
about
but right. It feels weird, but right though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like cocaine.
This is how. Oh, that.
Yes, what you're saying. What you're saying.
Anyways.
You know, this has never happened before. Juicy recording a video. Oh no, sorry, that we're all together.
Yes.
You know, the only reason that this video is going up on time is because I wasn't the one in charge of it. Fun fact.
Also, because I'm pretty sure the league's behind, which helps us, because we're behind,
Yeah,
the league's
Yeah,
behind.
that's true.
Blame the league. Blame Cap.
If I'm supposed to record pick'ems from when I was gone, then I'm 7 weeks behind. 8. Last video I recorded was like week 6.
Yeah, you know.
Wait a minute, it's been a month. It's been more than a month since I've been here. That's 3 weeks. Oh God.
Let's just skip over that.
Yeah, we'll just ignore that part.
Yep. But so
we got a video, and it's probably gonna be a long video.
yeah, because we're going over kind of each team. We're gonna quickly touch on each team, how they did this season, and then the playoffs, because those are coming up.
More or less, my videos and their videos combined. So power rankings and pick'ems. So
Yeah.
you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
I think. I hope.
Yeah, hope.
My cat might make a guest cameo on my mic if you can hear him in the background.
Okay, so I guess we'll just hop into it, because it's gonna be a long video. Don't need to make it any longer. So first, we're starting out with the teams in the Fire Division who did not make the playoffs. So we'll start off the Delphox Division. The Delphox Division was very strong. At least there was kind of a big gap, but the top two were very strong. So
What do you mean very strong? Only 2 people were good in that division, in this conference in general.
yeah. So Cap is the top ranked person who did not make it. Cap ended up ranked 8th actually, which was kind of surprising, because Cap did not start out great. I had a lot of faith in Cap and Cap's team. I liked Cap's team, and then I kind of lost faith at one point, and then kind of brought it back. If Cap was in one of the weaker 2 divisions, could have made playoffs, but didn't, because just happened to be in the one that had the number 1 and the number 2 player.
In the like overall rank in the league.
Yeah, in the entire rank. But yeah, Cap beat. So we'll go over more, but ended up beating like Duck and Apache and African Goku like near the end of the season. So kind of brought it back, which was kind of nice to see, because some of the other coaches didn't, and we kind of just like. Some of the analyst Spoon gave Cap a really hard time like the season, but
Oh, you had a pretty bad cough there. You might want to check that out.
yep, Cap wasn't phased.
Well, I mean, blame Cap, if he, made the playoffs a bit of a better way to.
Cap for himself not making.
Yeah, because he structured playoffs in a really shitty way, which we'll get into it soon. But if he didn't structure in such a shitty way, then he would have made playoffs.
You know, I blame Cap for me not recording videos.
Yep.
Yeah, true that.
Okay, do you guys have anything else to say about Cap?
No.
Yeah, this
If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything
I
at
haven't
all.
really been able to pay attention much to this league since I left, and I remember Cap not being good. So it's interesting to see that he brought it back for a few wins.
Yeah, and also had some like if I remember right, had some fairly close games.
Earlier in the season, yeah, I think I remember that too.
Like late in the season, which was pretty nice.
I mean, very early on, I remember he just had shit crap, and then he got better, and then he stayed the same.
It showed improvement, and
It wasn't
I think
much overall.
that shows something that going into season 2, if we have that, hopefully we have it. I think we will be able.
Yeah, I think.
Have it. He could show some potential and be a playoff.
Yeah, Because was it the bottom 4 are out of the playoff or out for next?
Bottom 4 go in. I think bottom 4 go into like a fight to the death with the top 4 of D League.
Okay. So Cap's automatically in then probably.
Yeah, Cap's still in it.
Yep. So speaking of still in it, we have someone who currently is not. Sethi. Sethi is the bottom-ranked person in the entire league.
And can I just point out that her one win was a forfeit win?
Yeah. So did not win a single game.
And also the last match of hers was not played, which, I mean, is indecisive because both of them would have lost in that battle.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah. There's not too much to say. Like, Sethi just did not have a good season. I don't know. I thought at least coming into the season, like an all-right team, not a great team, but like an all-right team. And it just ended up not working out. Whether it was like the other teams, and it was just kind of sad to see.
I don't know if it was that. It was just not like. It might have been that she didn't like her team, or it could have been just not playing well. But
Probably a bit of both.
Maybe we see her again next season, but she's gonna have to fight for it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fight. Hopefully, if we do see, I guess with all these bottom people, but especially like Sethi and some of the other bottom ones. Hopefully, if does make it back into next season, can kind of turn things around.
Yeah,
because it's always it's rough not winning a game.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, it's a Browns fan. You don't win. When you do win, it's a miracle.
Browns fans getting the parade ready to celebrate their own 50th season before they won a game.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think we have too much else to say about Sethi, so we'll just move on.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Relegations.
Yeah, good luck on the play-in games. So next we just are moving on to the Infernate. And we start out with the Ducksuck, who went 3-6, was 12th overall in the league. However, there's a fun little surprise with Duck. Later on, we'll get into it.
I mean, I just want to mention with Duck, he told me that he says he would have done better with his team if he didn't draft as offensively. He just didn't know how to play as well with his team, which, I mean, let's be real, he just went easy on everyone this season. That's just true.
He wanted to give them a chance season so he can come dethrone someone next season. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duck, I don't know what to say too much. Had 3 wins, but I know at least like one or some of them were kind of hacksy, but ended up making it kind of work. I think automatically just barely slipped in to make it into next season if he wants to still play.
As I said, he's just.
I think he said he's not.
Oh, he's not.
I'm not.
Go on.
Okay, I just going to repeat myself, saying that he just didn't like how he drafted his team since it wasn't his play styles, and so
yeah, that's
probably part of the reason why he didn't do as good, along with him going easy on everyone.
And I think quite a few of his wins he got hacked in. Like, I know his game versus Luke, he had it in the bag, but then he got hacked out of it. I mean, I was a little happy because I picked Luke, and I had faith in Luke until he lost every single time I picked him, except for that once. And then I kind of died, so I didn't get to pick him after that.
Oh, we all died, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, yeah.
It just happens.
Duck, I don't know if Duck would have won some of those early games, but I remember, like, Duck's first 2 games, especially, like, the first one, Duck just, like, I have never seen someone get hacked that much in a game. Like,
he had quite a few games where I think his record could have been better without the hacks. Maybe not a playoff team, but definitely better. I'm pretty sure he is going to be an analyst next season, so look forward to that. We're having God himself as an analyst. But if he does decide to play, I'm looking forward, if he does play, to maybe draft a team that's more balanced or defensive. Like you said, he drafted 2 offensive.
Yeah, at least for his play style.
Maybe he does a lot better with a team that he feels more fit with.
Maybe we should just make an analyst leagues and then coach. No, that's a bad idea.
Yo.
I like the bad idea of having the coaches be the analysts. That's what I mean. Having an analyst league. Now that's a good idea.
I'm undefeated against people in this league.
Same. We all are. We're all undefeated in this league. Like, boom.
I think
Give
I'm.
us the championship.
Yeah, I'm undefeated with the current people.
Well, I mean, technically I lost to Wolf, but it was a meme league, so I don't count.
That's what everyone who I've played, I think, against before has left this league, like Naz and Nathan. So
I'm lucky.
I mean, I just forfeit my battles and wait until I get bored.
okay. So I guess we can just move on to Goku fan. Honestly,
Yes.
I don't know too much about Goku. Joined really late in the season to replace like Nathan, I think.
Nathan or Matt.
Yeah, like there was.
Yeah, Nathan and Nevs got replaced by Goku and Goku Fan.
Yeah.
AKA Goku Fan.
Yeah, like later in the season. Ended up 2-7 on obviously not great, but was given a team that didn't draft, was not doing well when Goku fan got it.
I think he was already out of playoffs by the time he got there.
Yeah,
Or
which
had
is
a very slim chance of getting it.
always just really hard. So
And then at that point, most replacements are like, fuck it, whatever.
yeah. Yeah. So
It's yet another person that will be fighting for their spot if they do fight for their spot.
yeah, I don't know how that all works, but
I think bottom four I believe fight the. It's either bottom four or bottom two fight for their spot with top two slash four.
okay. So with that, are we ready to move on to the grass division?
Yes.
And that.
Oh, yeah. So, had a little bit of a brain fart there. African Goku it was 11th overall in the league, 3-6. 3-6. Third place in Venusaur division, which was another shit division like Nate. He was a replacement for whoever.
For Naz.
For Naz. And, so, yeah. I don't have much to say if anyone else has something to say.
I guess one thing I want to point out is
Wait. Was he Wolverine's replacement?
No, he was Naz's, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm like 90% sure. I think that one of the others. I think that I think Goku fan might have been Wolf. No.
Wolverine? Yeah, no, I think.
Oh no,
yeah,
African Goku.
Goku and Redikai replaced Nathan. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know then if the Gokus actually. I think one of them won a game. I don't think the other one won a single game after they joined. I think it was Goku fan did not win a game since joining. Yeah.
African Goku is better.
So that's kind of rough, but what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
And then, 15th in the league, we got Redikai, 2-7. Forfeited their last couple battles because they couldn't play him, being the replacement, which is whatever.
You know, I actually knew Redikai before he was in a few leagues I was in. He's a pretty good battler. I was looking forward to seeing how he would do taking his team, and with his changes, he changed up. I remember he came in and changed up almost I think he did either almost as many or as many roster changes and changed up almost the entire team. Looked like a brand new team, and it was hard to decide if they were if the team looked better or worse after. I believe it looked a little better. I was interested to see how he would play it out, but he forfeited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he like lost maybe his first game and then was like out of the playoffs basically, and just But
he's a pretty good battler. Still tried to cheat me in the league. Pussy. Yeah. That's really it.
Then may as well move on now to the Torterra division.
Oh,
We're gonna start. Wait. I'm gonna start off with Luke first.
Oh, okay. We're
Let me
starting.
start with
Alright.
Luke first because he's 2-7. He's your boy Juicy.
I wanted him to win so bad.
Yes, and he won that one game versus Duck, so he did that.
I'm glad to see he won one game since I left, which I'm happy about. But
I think he beat Wolf.
I think
he beat Wolf.
Wait,
Yes.
Wolf? Jesus Christ, that's an upset. Alright,
Yeah, Wolf was pretty bad.
Yeah, he beat Wolf.
I wanted to believe in him so bad. I think he had the best team. With
But I know he said he didn't like his team. Or couldn't like hold his team.
Oh my god, I helped him build a few. I helped him build versus Duck actually. Funny enough. And that was one of the games he won. But I loved it. If I had that team is just, I loved it. It was like, I think it was the best team that was drafted, or at least one of the best. And I kept saying it every bit. I'm like, he has to win a game sometimes. I think it's just that he's getting used to his team because he drafted a very threatening team. Like that, the offense, it had crazy offensive threats in Infernape. I think he had Mammo Swine too. And then it had
Megaladios
too, yeah. And then he had some good defensive walls as well, and I thought it was an amazing team. But I don't think
Valion, Umbreon, Ditto, Togekiss, Milotic, Electivire, Mismagius, and Celebi. And Infernape, of course.
Yeah, and Infernape, and just
that's such a fucking threatening team.
Out.
I'm not huge fan of the Celebi, but that's still mad.
I didn't really understand the Z Celebi. I would have put that on
Cobalion. I don't understand the Celebi in general, to be honest. But I mean, that's still a mad, threatening team.
Oh my god, I thought this team was going to be... when I saw this, I thought he was going to be... Just based off his team, I thought he was going to be the biggest threats in the league. And then he just... I don't think
and then he wasn't.
Okay.
And he wasn't, and I don't think he got used to it. But...
Yeah, no, okay.
Wait, I want to make... So, a couple of things. I am really happy that Luke did not just, give up. And... Because he got, he beat Wolf, which no one saw coming, I'd say.
Yeah.
And
I think... even I would have picked against him.
Yeah, beat Duck. One thing I'd say, I think earlier in the season, I'm like, man, I don't like that team. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? It has Mammoth One, it has Mega. And I didn't think it had enough, true punching power. Because, Mega Lottie, whatever one he has, is really strong. But, when you can't put a boosting item on that, that's actually, in the current game, not a super high special attack stat.
Suspect tested an OU right now.
But I was just like, I don't think his team's going to be very good. And he proved me right.
It wasn't the player. Sorry, Luke. I love you, but I think it was just that he wasn't using it right.
I think he proved me right.
All right. Well, okay. Let's just move on.
Give me that team. I'll kill
let's just move on to Vesuvius, and let me say a quick thing before Juicy gets his spiel out. A nice record of 6-3, 5th place. Should have made playoffs. Didn't make playoffs. All right, Juicy, take it away.
So let me if you want to go right to that screen cap you got right there, that was after he got 6-0'd. 6-0'd. He got killed, wiped off the floor, by I'm forgetting who it was. So he got killed, and then he was bitching about how it was all hacks. I'm the best player alive. I'm the best player alive. Yes, it was hacks. But, I think he still lost no matter what. Maybe not a 6-0, but still. And then he bitched about how he's the best player alive. And I'm fine, lol. I'm gonna make playoffs. Don't you worry, bud. He was so confident. And then I put him as little bitch in my pick'ems. And because he was a little bitch. And I know he's gonna be a little bitch after this. Because he's gonna prove me right. He's gonna see.
I told him he better make playoffs, and he didn't.
Yes. And he didn't make playoffs after he was so confident. He was undefeated until week 6 or week 5 or whatever, and gets 6-0'd and apparently went on a downward spiral. Even after getting 6-0'd, I joked around a lot about it. I thought he was gonna make playoffs because he was one of the last 3 undefeated teams.
Well, before he got 6-0'd.
My God. Oh my God. You don't know how much this I'm sorry, but this makes me so happy.
I'm just gonna throw it out there though, that because Cap was completely shit of how he organized playoffs, that's the reason why Vesuvius didn't make it.
Yeah.
Because you have
so
teams,
stupid.
You have,
Bro, it
you have
literally.
teams that are negative differentials, negative records that made playoffs because
Oh my
then
god, there were multiple. I think there were 4 teams better than him that made playoffs.
yeah,
Half the
no,
team-
4 teams
there were
worse
4
than
teams
him.
worse than him. Half the teams in playoffs had a worse record and were worse players than him.
Yeah,
And all of those
Oh
had a
my
negative differential.
God.
Or
Oh my god, like I
yeah,
know he's gonna he already hates me because I called him little bitch and shit. But he's gonna hate me so much more if he watches this video.
so I guess yeah, I'm just gonna say a couple things about him too.
yeah. Go
Uh,
ahead.
like he just couldn't. First of all, like
Yeah.
the Naz loss, like, oh my goodness, that was terrible. Getting 6-0'd by Naz, who had won like one game at that point.
I think he had 1 or 2 games, and he was bottom of the power rankings.
Yeah, like Naz was not doing well, and then he comes out and 6-0's Vesuvius. And then he also lost. He lost some hard games. I'm not gonna lie. Like he lost to MX and Arch, which are hard games. But those are ones that like I don't remember exactly, but like those have to be super close games if you want to be competing for the championship game. And if I remember right,
He just got killed.
like
I mean,
yeah,
besides the 6-0, he lost to MX and he lost to Arch, which were the top team in the league in Arch and the top team in the Terra division. Spoilers.
And a
Yeah.
guy who has not lost since he took over a team. So
And the guy who hasn't lost in general.
yeah. Which like it's hard, but like
you gotta keep him close. You gotta pull out your best games.
yeah. Which he did have like some good games. Like he beat Wolf, which is like great because as we'll talk about later, Wolf made playoffs. But like
One of the better records.
yeah, I'd say Wolf is kind of like I'd say the top 3. There's like 3 people in playoffs who are like
There's
the top.
really the Torterra and then
I'd
there's
say
the
he's
Delphox division.
I'd say top 3 are like really really good, and then like Wolf is still like really good.
Wolf
But
is up there. Wolf is up. I think like
Yeah.
Wolf has a fighting chance. We'll
Yeah.
get to that later.
yeah,
get to
Yeah. We'll get to that when we talk about the winners. Not you, Vesuvius, the winners, the people who made playoffs.
Bro, we keep toasting on Vesuvius. You gotta
Yeah. But let's be real, it's Cap's fault for making the playoff like format a complete shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Like,
cover the
lame.
later, but
But for now, let's move on to the Fire Division teams who made the playoffs.
Now, I think we should probably address Apache first, because Apache did make playoffs, having the worst record in playoffs, I believe. Yeah, he had the worst record of a team to make playoffs. But
3-5 minus 3 differential.
the thing is, he kind of just died.
yeah,
He hasn't responded or anything like. So we had to replace him with the next best person in the league, or the next
Duck.
best in the
In the division.
We had to
Duck,
take some division.
which is also Duck is also 3-5 with him, but he has a minus 11 differential, so minus 3.
It was based on differential, so Duck just went in and took his place. So yeah, I remember this is when I left, Apache was like I think 12th or 13th in power rankings, and he had an awful record. Still
And
has
it
an awful
proved.
record.
It proved.
Are you sure? I mean, he still has an awful record. He was like,
I mean, but now you can kind of see what we mean by there's good teams that made playoffs and then shit teams that made playoffs.
yeah.
teams
Just
that
looking
we
at the
don't
records.
understand why they made playoffs. But one thing I wanna touch on is, remember when we all thought Apache was gonna be one of the best players in the league
After like week 1.
after week 1? In week 1, he got like a 5-0 or something, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Oh
my
my
god,
God.
really good." We had him high in power ranking, and they just hit the shitter on the next week, and the week after
Yeah.
that, and the
Other
week
week.
after that.
Yep. Yeah. So is Duck 3-5 or 3-6?
Yeah,
Because
I think it's 3-6 actually, because on standings,
Yeah, he's-
in league standings this is 3-5, but division
He's
standings is
3-6.
3-6. So let's just say 3-6. Commissioners,
But
get on your shit.
Did he?
yeah,
Which
Apache never played.
He only
Was,
played 8 games. Which
Yeah.
is, like he could have lost 6-0 and the Duck would have won. So.
yeah, I was supposed to play Seth. He didn't. But it might
No, he's
have-
supposed to play a Goku, I think.
Oh, it was Goku.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One of the Gokus.
Yeah, that's why our amazing patchmanship.
Oh, no, actually, never mind. It was Seth. You're right. I was wrong.
But I think after we've gone over that, we can go. We just had to address that, the Duck. That was my godly MS Paint work as we figured that out 5 minutes before recording this. Yep.
Yep. I think honestly, I think Duck will be a better
Yeah.
fit
I think
because
a
He
representation.
can actually play Pokemon well.
he
Oh shit.
I was talking more about the fact that like Duck is active in the league and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too.
but also
Yeah, I meant that too.
so anyways, we'll just skip over into I guess
We'll
we'll
go back
hit
to Arch.
yeah, so Arch
Wait, shouldn't we just finish Infernape Division first, get the worst out of the way?
Yeah, we can.
yeah, might as
we
well.
can.
Infernape Division was, as you can see, kind of
Shit.
booty. They did not have a single person with a positive like
Jason was
record.
the best record in the league.
Remember when Spoon thought Jason was the best player in the league and locked
Hey,
him?
I gave him credit when he started off 3-0.
Started off
What?
3 or 4-0. Oh
No,
gee.
3-0. 3-0,
Oh,
then it was the forfeit to Pesky, and then he lost to Vest in 5, and I was like,
my
okay,
God.
enough of you.
And then he went on a 1-5 streak.
Yeah, sorry, we're kind of just shitting on the like lower
this
people,
is fun.
but it's
Hey.
also
One of the most fun videos I've recorded, other than the video with Duck, which I mean, like it had Duck in it. It was already fun.
Yeah. I mean, but hey, credit to Jason, he actually had a positive differential, unlike every other shit team that made playoffs.
The other two.
yeah.
No,
Other
well,
three.
yeah, well, the other three, because the Venusaur division is also shit. I mean, one person had a 0 differential, but I mean, that's still pretty shit.
That's not
4 and 5 is good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jason Glade
Jason
started
played
out.
well early in the season. He started very well. We thought
Yeah, he did, and like, that's why I thought he'd do
you
well,
were
and
right,
then
he didn't make playoffs, so
I can at least say that, but he won't win it all.
and he has to play the second best person in the league. First off,
Pesky, yeah.
which, I mean, if he plays like he did in his first 3 weeks, I called it. He had very easy opponents. Like
Also-
he played Duck, Sethi, and Apache. So
And Duck went easy.
yeah, Duck got hacks. So you know.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was
I
gonna
just
say.
want to point out that Jason forfeited Pesky, so we can't even go like too much off of their own
Yeah, I was
battle
gonna
to a win. We can
I
only
think-
go off of that Pesky actually did really good in the league, and Jason.
We'll
didn't.
get back to that when we do our pick'em.
Okay,
Yeah.
true.
But Jason, one thing I'd say is the first 3 battles that you won. I honestly think he had some pretty lucky hacks go for him. He might have still won, but like
Got carried by Celesteela.
yeah, he'd set up Celesteela and then he'd get like a crit he needed, and
Or like a flinch.
yeah, but he ended up getting the record he needed to beat 6.
Playoffs.
Somehow the 6th
Yeah.
out of 16
I mean,
is 4 and 5.
okay. Literally, we had 5 teams that had a positive record. That is not good.
11 teams that didn't.
11 teams went negative. But I mean, to be
5
fair,
teams just scooped up all the
5
W's.
teams, 4 of the 5 teams had less than 2 losses, or 2 or less losses.
Sorry, what? I need to clear up my throat.
Best got shit on. He had 3 losses.
Yeah.
But
If he get 6-0, he would have been in the playoffs.
yeah, that's true. But
Okay.
Don't get hacked, my dude. You safeguard.
let's hit Arch.
Yep.
Oh, true. He did decent this
Jesus
season.
Christ, 9-0. I've seen undefeated team. I've been in quite a few leagues, and I've only seen like 2 times a team goes undefeated.
I'm just gonna point out he never beat someone 7-0, so gotta do that, my dude.
But and the thing is, a lot of times, sometimes you can attribute game or like having an easy schedule. He had some hard games in there. He played
Pesky,
Best.
Best.
Pesky, Jason, who was a playoff team,
Apache
Yeah,
who
and
made
that-
playoffs.
that's-
Duck, who's technically a playoff team. Like he had, it wasn't that he got like all the bottom 9.
Mhm.
He had some formidable.
Yeah. I mean, he did have to play Cap and Apache and Seki and
Yeah.
Goku and
So I mean, he did have a few easy games, but like every team had easy games because
yeah.
11 shit.
If you're a Cap,
Sorry,
then
12
everything is
teams.
hard.
Sorry, 12 teams are shit in this. That's what got him. But yeah, he had He played one of the top 4 and won. It was a very good battle. I think that was one of the best battles, Pesky versus Arch.
Oh yes, that's my favorite.
I have a
You know, I'm hoping to see it again.
different favorite battle, but I'll get to that later.
All right, we'll talk about it.
So I guess Archfiend, I'd like to say, was my highest ranked team in my like preseason like draft, whatever. And
Oh, there you go again.
Yep. And I remember people doubted me. They're like, my team's far better than Archfiend, and Archfiend's like, what did I get? Did I get like a C? I'm like, nah, man, I gave you like a A or A plus, whatever. But no, Archfiend like has not had. I don't think Archfiend's like really won from hacks. It just has a solid team that Archfiend's playing really well. Like started out not like iffy, but not like having huge wins, but then like really figured out the team later on, and it's just like scary.
Yes, that's all I have to say. Yes.
Yes.
He did very good.
Okay, I guess on the Pesky.
Yep.
So
The only loss was to Orange.
Let me say this for the 80th time in videos. This is the person I predicted to win the league, and right now I'm looking good. The only loss is to Arch.
And that was like on a 50-50 play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not a 50-50 play.
It was a U-turn or volt switch play, and something happened where he lost.
Oh yeah, that play. And it was only 1-0. So.
Get fucked, Scrub.
Yeah, Pesky. Personally, I think that someone from the Delphox division is gonna win playoffs. I know we'll talk about it more, but Pesky has a disgusting team. Has like Zygarde, Tapu Koko, Mega Metachan, like so much.
No, it's
Ferrothorn, Snorlax, Minior, Lomomola,
Coco,
Avalugg,
Ferrothorn,
Mega
Snorlax,
Metachan,
Minior,
Entei,
Alamomola, Avalugg,
Zygarde, Skuntank, Golurk. He has Skitty on his team as well.
Wait, what?
Because his name is Pesky Skitty, get it?
Okay.
It's a fucking joke.
12th on.
Trying to pun it up.
But yeah, like Coco, Ferrothorn, Avalugg. Yeah, Avalugg's good. Avalugg's low-key.
Avalugg's a fucking coffee table. You're not knocking that over.
Bro, it literally has the guard. It has amazing. And then Mega Medicham and Zygarde carry your team to victory. You literally like those are the like Coco, Ferrothorn, and Mega Medicham are the only ones he's needed. Yet he plays good with all of them.
Yeah.
And then, but don't sleep on Entei too. That thing hits like a fucking truck.
Plus, with the Z move, it can hit like a bigger truck.
Yeah, it'll go from dump truck to bigger dump truck.
Oh, and I remember like Pesky has thrown some cool stuff out there also this season, like shown some creativity. Like ran one of the first weeks like a special, like a Calm Mind Z
Calm
Solar.
Mind Entei.
Yeah.
He ran the Sunny Day Calm Mind Entei. That was actually run versus Arch.
Yeah, and like it did pretty well. Like Pesky's.
It had a 1v1 in Arcanine and it lost to it.
Yeah.
Or it had the 1v1 in Arcanine and then it killed the Arcanine. It got a crit on the Arcanine, brought the Arcanine down to 2. Arcanine killed itself with Flare Blitz, and then it got built by Scissor.
Yeah, I do think that Pesky kind of set that up a little early, but like has shown that Pesky's got some tricks in the bag. It's not just bringing the same sets every week. Yeah. And I think that can be very helpful in the playoffs where some of like Archfiend, while has been bringing a lot of this team, has been a little more standard with their sets. And I think Pesky can just like bring some stuff, learn from the first battle. And I think Pesky
he does have losers.
Is a very solid like just choice. Has done very well this season. One of my favorite teams. I think might have been my second favorite team. Just putting it out there.
Because you loved Arch so much.
Yeah, I love Arch. I love you, Arch. I love Arch's team. But like,
just fuck already.
Pesky was up there. Pesky's up there.
Pesky was my pick from the beginning.
Okay, I guess now we'll move on to the grass division teams who made playoffs. And I'll start it off with the shit Venusaur division. Seb, you drafted Meganium. Don't know how. Well, I mean, only reason you made it playoffs is because you're in a shittier division. Yeah, everyone else in the division was even more shit. But you did better when you didn't. Hey, history shows you did better when you didn't bring Meganium. Don't bring Meganium.
Statistically, he was in the Venusaur division was the worst division. 7th,
Yes.
9th, 11th, and 5th. That's just sad.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about Seb because at the end of the season, I really liked Seb. Like, Seb got some nice wins late in the season. And then I kind of looked at it, like, while Seb really picked it up at the end of the season, Seb did not beat a single other player who's in the playoffs. Like, so I'm nervous, but I like Seb's or not. I like how Seb's been playing lately. I do. I'm nervous just because has lost to Zombie, has lost to MX, has lost to Wolf, has lost to Duck, has lost to Vesuvius. Like, there's no...
And Vesuvius didn't even make playoffs.
Yeah, like, it was not able to beat any of, like, the better teams in the league. However, I think some of those were just... Seb played them pretty early in the season when it was kind of rough. But picked it up at the end, I think. Like, his closeout in the season was very solid. He had, like, 2 or 3 wins in a row. Like, in the last 5 games, I think. And
yeah, I mean, I know the last game he memed it because, well, one, he had, like, me and 4 other people. They'll just eat one set for each a different mon. For his battle versus Vesuvius, and he banded Meganium, lost in the game, so that's why he never bring Meganium.
You know, maybe had he not memed it, he would have been...
Yeah, I gave him a slot.
Maybe he would have been maybe he would have made his division not shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, if he didn't meme that last game,
he would have been one of the only. He would have added, instead of making it half of the players had a losing record.
Losing record, he would have only less than half. I mean, hey, he didn't put my Defiant mixed attacking Sunto Eye to use, so. Because Bandit Meganium couldn't even get a kill on a fucking dragon with Outrage, like, come on.
Yeah.
And anyways, on to Zombie.
Make sure he knows that. I want him
Yes.
Hey Seb, this goes out directly to you. Meganium sucks. Don't draft it next season.
Yeah, okay, on to Zombie. I don't really know what happened to Zombie this season. Kind of forget what happened.
Zombie started out really well. Like,
yeah,
it was like,
that's all I remember. Then I kind of forgot what Zombie did after that.
I think Zombie was like 3-1.
No,
at one
2-0, 2-0, and then lost about 4 battles in a row before winning 2 more and then losing his final battle.
Yeah, so like Zombie started strong. I think, I guess maybe it was the name change. Maybe it had to be Rowlett Zen to do well, but
yeah. But the thing is, the people he did beat Seb, but the other person he beat was Luke. So
he also did beat Jason, which I mean, like
Jason and Redikai. Jason, Redikai, Luke, and Seb.
But he didn't beat Arch, Woof, or MX.
or Vesuvius.
And Vesuvius didn't make playoffs.
Hey.
Can't even beat a team that didn't make playoffs. Damn, you suck.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't
Zombie.
have much else to say about Zombie. What do you guys?
I don't think so. I mean, we don't have much to say about the shit coaches. I'm sorry, really though, garbage, and you shouldn't be in playoffs.
No, Zombie like started out really strong and was kind of just like diddling people. At least like the first 2 games, like played so well, and then it went
We
down.
realized he played the bad coaches.
So maybe if the Zombie can
He decides to like play well against MX.
and switch his name back to Rowlett Zen.
Yeah, that's probably true. All right, let's get into the
Well,
bracket, boys.
I'm gonna
wait.
No, we have to go over to Terra Division, and I'm gonna go over Wolf first.
Oh shit! We didn't get over Terra.
Yeah, no. But let me go over Wolf first because I have something to say about MX.
Oh
Wolf,
no!
You went 7-2. You did good. You still got wrecked by Luke.
Yeah,
that's
bad.
my boy.
That was bad.
Best team in the league.
Yeah, you have a solid team. You've been playing solid. You should do solid in playoffs. Seeing as half the teams in playoffs are shit, and you're not one of the shit teams. You're one of the good teams in playoffs.
Kind of get like a round 1 bye. You're really playing like MX,
man. Do you guys have anything to say about Wolf before?
Yeah.
Say something. Do not take your round 1 seriously if you are one of the top 4. If you are Arch, Pesky, MX, or Wolf, do not take it seriously because upsets happen when you look ahead to your next match thinking this.
Yeah, and Wolf has shown that with like a very late season loss to Luke.
I think like 5-0 to Luke, and I mean Luke fucked up. He could have made it a 6-0, but he decided to a special ape that had like a bunch of boosts, and he thought the pincher was scarf, but so he switched out, which he shouldn't have because the scarf he would have switched in right away to stop the sweep. But I mean, he still got 5-0'd.
Yeah, so like while we've been giving a lot of crap to the lower ones, like if, as Wolf has shown us, if you don't take it seriously, they can
You'll
come
get a
back
reality check.
and really surprise us. And this is not the time you want to have that reality check in the playoffs.
Yeah, you need to take this as serious as possible. This is playoffs. This is all or nothing. Unless you're out.
Yeah,
Unless you're
then it's already nothing.
Yeah. So as much as we shit on these lower level players, upsets do happen. And right now, MX, Wolf, Arch, and Pesky are predicted to win by this is if a huge margin. They're predicted to win 3-0 at least would probably be the margin. And upsets can happen. You got to take these matches seriously. Duck could for some reason give Arch his first loss based on just a bad play by Arch and Duck playing out of his mind.
And Duck getting the hacks in his favor this time.
That's true. Also that.
Okay,
yeah.
let's just move on to MX now because I have one spiel I want to give.
Yes.
Okay.
So MX, he replaced shit ass Weddy, who disappeared for 2 fucking weeks and did the same fucking thing for the lower league. Thank God we replaced him. We told him that he shouldn't be. We told the commissioners he shouldn't be in the league, but nah, they kept it. But anyways, he picked up the shit team. He lost his first match to Wolf, whatever, with the shit team. Then he beat Seb, and then he's been undefeated since. He made great. Let me list these changes right now. After those matches, he had to make changes. He dropped for Alligator, for Hippowdon, great. He dropped to Mega Aggron for Mega Blastoise. That's great. It fits the team way better than that piece of shit. He dropped Gigalith because he had no need for that piece of shit with Hippowdon for Heliolisk. Great. Incineroar, dropped that for Drapion, which is great. Drapion has Pursuit, Poison moves and all that lovely shit. Dropped Electabuzz, which is why the shit pick. And he for Licky great lower ball, lower tier ball. And then finally he dropped Cryogonal for Stoutland, which has put in mad work for him. Holy shit, he with the only 5 transactions allowed, he banned that team and has been undefeated since. In my match of the season, MX versus Vesuvius. That game ended in a 2-0 for MX. It was something like 70-something turns, but it was well played on both sides. And it was because that's when you died. But there wasn't much hacks, but it was just well played on both sides. But MX just knew what his win cons were and what to win. He's played around having all his walls toxic, played around that, and did still beat his opponent. He can play around anything. It seems like he can play around good even with having this shit team that he had to fix up. Just imagine if he's able to draft his own team. I'm saying that. Anyways, enough of my lovely spiel. MX is my pick. If you couldn't tell, MX is my pick to win it all.
I mean, I can tell you from first hand of battling him, MX is a very good battler. I've battled him twice and won twice. But even
his prep is insane. His
prep is
are insane.
very. He basically predicted my entire team both times, but one of them was down to a good prediction that I had. Just that was the entire game right there. And then the next game was it was back and forth almost the game, and I barely pulled a very close game, I think. And just he's a very good battler. He stays calm. If his opponent's up 5-2, he can still try and find a way to play it back.
As I mentioned earlier, I remember I forget versus 2, but his walls were toxic and he had no way to get rid of that, and he still played around it, having his walls chipped down and having his opponent wish passing and healing their walls. So he's just to stay calm and play around that and still win.
Yeah, he stays calm and plays through it. Tries to figure out his best play, what benefits him the most. He plays like a good player, and he is a good player. I think he has a good chance. I'm just gonna list out the teams he's beat in finals.
Yeah, that's my prediction for finals. But the teams he's beat: Seb, Luke, Redikai, Apache, Afinoku, Bess, Sephi, Rowlet. even like he
I
like
mean,
like everyone has, like a lot of them aren't as good teams except for Best, even though he didn't like playoffs because he screwed. But like everyone put up a solid match versus him. It's not like all those were easy matches. It's like everyone put up like most people put up a solid match versus him, except for Accepti, I think. So, but he's played around like tough matches. So it's like, and he has beaten Vest, who was a top team until he didn't make playoffs.
you know, I think MX is a good player, but he'll have a hard road because he'll have
He's
like
playing
after
like the
round
he's
one
playing
he'll
the
play most likely Wolf, and then
yeah
no matter what, if he gets to finals, he's playing
someone who's
top team, like
who's either
one of the
on a
best players.
roll or who's really good.
He's either playing Arch, who's undefeated still, would be undefeated still, or Pesky, who's just a very, very good battler, and
Mm,
Who?
unless you
or by chance
lost,
perhaps
like
Duck or Jason if they if they catch fire and
if
somehow.
yeah, yeah, that's saying like
But
just
that's just these are all theoretical things. I'm
yeah.
already predicting MX to win this.
Should we just hop into the?
Let's hit the bracket.
Yeah, we're about done with this
Bracket time.
bracket. We got
So first
round
game we
one.
got Arch versus Duck,
Game.
and
It was Apache, but
it was
Duck is better. So Duck, as you can see
so.
there.
I mean, as much as I love Duck, like these first games, they're not going to be very surprising.
Yeah, like I can
Probably
make
gonna
a picks for everyone. I think I have picks for everyone now. Archstream beats Duck, Pesky beats Jason, Wolf beats Seb, MX beats Zombie.
and we're all probably going to be the same.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say
We're
this,
all the
probably
same on this.
the closest game will probably be Seb and Wolf because Seb
Yeah.
has shown like that's probably the closest because he was like actually doing good Seb, so and showed he can do good, but Wolf had it just been better.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the closest game out of all these.
Yeah.
I mean, not to throw any of them away, like Zombie, Seb, Jason, Duck.
Yeah.
They're good, but like they're just not the
Good
level.
enough.
Like, I mean, these other players have been playing out of their mind. They've been playing lights out since the beginning of the season, and just not stopping. And Archfiend won 9-0. Pesky only losses to Arch. Wolf lost to fucking Luke, but we'll avoid that one. And then MX is played, like I said, lights out since he joined and took over a shitty team. He lights out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess like Archfiend versus Duck. I think Archfiend has an extremely solid team. Is playing extremely well. Pesky versus Jason. Pesky just as easily could be undefeated. Has been playing extremely well as an extremely threatening team. However, Jason started out the season really strong. As I said, I think it was kind of because of hacks. But if Jason can bring that back, has a chance. Same thing with Wolf versus Seb. In my opinion, Wolf is probably kind of like I don't want to say like weakest.
A weakest of the top four.
Yeah, like weakest of the top four. And
Yeah.
Seb is honestly like one of my favorite of the bottom four. Seb showed at one point that they can play extremely well. And if Seb can find that groove again, I think has a chance to come back and upset. That's like my pick for an upset if there is one.
Yeah.
And then,
I'd say the same.
and then
Yeah,
MX,
same. We all agree up the one upset would be Seb over Wolf.
Yeah.
That's the most likely upset to happen.
so then MX versus Zombie. MX.
MX has beat Zombie.
However, like I think that could be that could be one of the best battles if Zombie comes back with what they had in like the beginning of the season with those like first two battles when it was playing extremely well, making some nice small predictions and whatnot. Yeah. Do we want to talk about the second week at all?
Yeah, we'll get into the second round.
Yeah. This is all speculation.
Now from here on, complete speculation.
Yeah.
Arch versus Pesky. This is gonna be one we're split on. I say Pesky because I predicted them to win the season. I feel like with the loser's advantage, losers advantage is when the person who loses has the if they rematch with the same teams or minimal changes or whatever. The loser has the advantage because he knows what he did wrong, or more of what he did wrong and how he lost, how the other person played to win, what they did, what they didn't prep for enough. So I say Pesky has it. I think Pesky comes back, for revenge over Arch. This was a very the game they played was close, super close. It came down to like we said before, it came down to a 50-50 play. I think it was Coco on a
Crocodile.
It was either he predicted the thing to switch
It's
and he
either
clicked U-turn and killed the cook, or he predicted the thing to stay.
and kill the
Which,
wolf.
if he clicked the wrong one, he lost the game. Most likely. He had a chance if there was a choke, but he most likely lost the game.
Yeah.
If he clicked the right one, he more or less won the game because free switch in, or he got a switch into something, and then one of those monsters dead, so they didn't have the sack to use. But, yeah.
So one thing about like the loser's advantage, I honestly don't think that Pesky has a huge one though, just because it was a 1-0.
Just because it was close.
I think what it really comes down to is the amount of time. I think it's going to be more of a prep thing than an actually battling thing, because both teams are so, like, both of them are extremely good battlers. I'm not worried about that. I think it's going to come down to who takes more time to look at how their previous game went, and then also think about what the other player is going to do to adjust to like how it went. I think it's going to be an extremely good battle again.
Yeah, I think that could be battle.
And
I already have the original battle as one of my favorite battles of this season.
I honestly think it's one of my favorite
playoffs. With the playoff level, they could top it up. So.
Yeah, I think when they played is one of my favorite battles of like any league I've ever been in, and it's like one of the few ones I watched live because I was super excited for it. Mm-hmm. And I think they have a very good chance to do that again. I am just gonna give it to Archfiend slightly because I think that Archfiend does have the stuff, kind of. It's weird to say, to slow down Pesky's team because Pesky has such a solid offensive team.
You got two teams going at full speed at each other who will win the crash.
Yeah, and I think that Arch has the defensive, like, bulk and whatnot to kind of deal with Jason's team. Or not Jason, Pesky. Yeah. Whereas I don't know if Pesky really has the bulk that if Archfiend can kind of get it swinging in his way to deal with.
Curslax gave Pesky lots of problems before. Curslax.
Yeah.
And also, I remember one play that really surprised me. It was Pesky baited a Coco set of having Bravebird Pesky's very good at baiting out Mons and shit. So the Venusaur, the first time Coco, the Venusaur came out on him, and he baited the not having Bravebird and switched out. So making Arch think, in a false sense of security, that Venusaur was his check to Coco because Coco didn't have Bravebird, hits him with the Bravebird next time, brings out the Venusaur on. Immediately makes him switch out, which was a great play on his part.
Yeah.
But I think with those types of plays, he can play himself out of that situation to the woods. Because I think with that amount of offensive power, he can just overtake Arch's team. I'm very excited for this match. You're picking Arch, right?
I'm going Arch, yeah.
I'm picking Pesky, Spoon.
I'll be honest, I've been up in the air about this, but I'll have to give the edge to Pesky. Why? It's on a whim. Looking at their teams, I like both of their teams. But it's the previous match and how they've been playing. It's so close, it's too hard to tell, but I just think Pesky has a slight chip on his shoulder to put in that extra bit of time to figure out a way to win.
I'm going to take not so bold prediction. I think whoever wins that match, if it does happen, if an upset does not happen, but if it is Arch versus Pesky, whoever wins that match, I think Pesky or Arch. If I'm wrong about Pesky, which I think Pesky wins it. I've thought that since the beginning. But if I'm wrong about that, I think Arch is my second choice.
And I'm going to agree with you there in the opposite version. I think Archfiend wins it all, but if Pesky wins, I think Pesky
takes it.
Alright, but now let's go down
to
what would be
Wolf
most likely Wolf
MX.
versus MX. I pick MX. I'm taking MX. I'm picking him to win all the way, no matter what. As long as he gets all the way, he's gonna win all the way. You know that. I say that. It's gonna happen. LeVar Ball, speak it into existence.
I feel like we're all gonna take MX because I'm going with MX here. I think Wolf. Yes, you're playing good. I think this has potential to be a trap game. If we all do take MX, I think this has potential to be a trap game, where we all take MX. We all think Wolf's we all know he's good. But we don't think he's that like the level to beat MX. But I think there's a big possibility if he plays it, he pulls it out for some. So the game lights out. He just plays flawless.
Yeah, I think.
I think MX takes it though.
I agree. MX is, in my opinion, gonna take it. I think he just has a little better. I like his team a little more. But as you said, we never know. While it was a different team, Wolf did beat MX before. But MX, I think, has just been playing extremely well. Has never really.
He hasn't lost with the team that he fixed.
Yeah, and he
hasn't lost with it.
He's never dropped down to the competition. Whereas we've seen Wolf do that. Well, obviously against MX, that's not dropping down.
But he's done it to Luke, who this season was dropping down to the competition.
Yeah, whereas
5-0.
Wolf wouldn't have to drop down for MX, but we've just seen...
He dropped down to Vesuvius too, who didn't make playoffs.
Every single game, MX is just going full force, and I think that's what's just going to help him a bit.
So, to wrap this up, finale predictions for me, MX versus Pesky.
And you say MX takes it? I say same, but I switch. I think Pesky takes it.
And I'm going
you
Archfiend versus MX. And I think Archfiend wins it all. But honestly, I don't know.
No,
like
we
this
got
is
3 different opinions. Who's right, or are none of us right?
But there's one thing we do know: Vesuvius won't win it because he didn't make playoffs. I love this running gag.
Got him.
I love this running gag. Best gag ever.
Oh shit, we should have ended it on that.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm going to the last slide, and the answer is not Vesuvius. Okay.
Who won it all? Not Vesuvius.
And with that, I think we can end it. Unless you guys have...
we can. I think this has been, no matter what, great season of dead analysts, Vesuvius getting shit on 6-0'd, and
no one beat anyone 7-0.
Yeah, and then some good battling.
Yeah,
decent,
some, but only inside the top.
Well, honestly,
outside the top 4, they're all shit. So, you know.
I mean, yeah.
Honestly, though, even some of like the lower ones, like I know Luke had a lot of really close games at the beginning, and like that's how there were some where people obviously got blown out, and there were some teams who kind of consistently got blown out.
Remember when that Vesuvius guy got 6-0'd?
Yeah, what a fucking scrub.
Yeah. Remember when he said he was gonna make playoffs? I'm just gonna skip back up to that so we can end it on that. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a great season. I think we'll do another like recap once it's all done. But
look, he's flipping us off in his profile picture.
But
it's definitely not Lil Zam in his profile picture.
Well, but yeah. So
yeah,
we might be back.
We'll be back once one of our predictions wins it.
Hopefully, probably.
And we might. I think I had
knock on wood.
Yeah, I had an idea for a video.
That's new. Wow, an idea for a video.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So with that, I guess just leave you with who's gonna win. Not Vesuvius.
We'll see you for our live watch of finals if we do that.
Ooh, that'd be exciting.
I can live stream it.
Yo, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yo, that.
Yeah, we should.
All right.
Okay.
I might live stream that shit.
All right.
Bye.
Peace
Bye,
out.
bitches.
Peace, boys.